Hello everyone, this is Ricey and welcome to my channel, The Quest for Wealth. Before we move on to the next video, I wanted to remind everyone, this video and this channel as a whole is certainly not a recommendation on whatever kind of investment you should venture yourself into. That is yours to make. And with that being said, this is the video. I hope you enjoy it. I wanted to advise everyone that this video is not at all geared towards bragging. I do not want to come across as bragging. I do not have anything to brag about. The goal of this video is to hopefully inspire and motivate people who need it the most right now. Because really, there is hope. Just because you were born into a poor family or a poor country or economically challenged country does not mean that there is no hope at the end of the tunnel. There's always hope, and hopefully this video provides you such inspiration and hope. So moving on with the video, I first landed in Dubai in 2006. I left the Philippines in search of better future. When I left the Philippines, it was the very first time that I left the country. It was the very first time that I ever was on a plane, so everything was absolutely new to me. It was the middle of the year in 2006. It was the middle of summer. It was the peak of summer in Dubai. It was in June, July, and it was a shock to me, of course. It was 50 degrees and above, and everything was a shock. But when I landed in Dubai, I didn't have anything. When I left the Philippines, I didn't have anything to my name. I didn't have any job. I didn't have money. I didn't have proper work experience. What I had during the time was a borrowed suitcase and a borrowed $500, which was my pocket money that I borrowed from my sister. So that's all I had. But I certainly had that angst, that push to truly achieve the goals that I have set myself or that I have set for myself. So 1 month after arriving in Dubai, I landed a job, which is an office job, a secretarial job for a company called Konica Minolta, which I believe is, if my memory serves me well, is a European company. I believe so. And from that job, I hopped to another job and to another job with the goal of having, about at least 20-25% salary higher than the previous job. And then I landed a job where I saw a future, where I saw opportunities for myself, and I had a really great motivational supervisor. And so I stayed in that job. From the day I had my first job in Dubai with Konica Minolta, I already started saving as much as I could, as much as my capabilities would allow me. Now, one thing is, I can only save so much without risking my mental, social, and physical health. Frugality is a dangerous thing, because when you are strictly frugal, there is the danger of risking the various factors in your life, such as what I said, social, mental, and physical health. So I did not really believe in strict frugality, but I certainly believe in minimalism. Now, I cannot truly remember the exact time or the exact month that I was able to achieve my first $100,000. And when I say dollars, I mean Canadian dollars, because I live in Canada. But to my memory, it is around 2015. I actually went through my bank accounts to truly confirm this, but it is around 2015. And when I say my first 100,000, I would say that would be liquid cash. It was in 2015 when I achieved my first 100,000. It took me 9 years, from 2006 to 2015, to achieve my the first 100,000. And then from 2015 until today, I was able to grow that 100,000 to a little over $500,000. and that is essentially 6 years in between, which is, if whenever I try to truly analyze that, it's just remarkable. It's almost 10 years for the first 100,000, and then just about half of that to move it or to grow it to or a little over $500,000. Now the thing is, this is my net worth right now, and this includes all my assets, all my securities, or the stocks that I have, and liquid cash. Honestly, to me, the more important question than when is how. How was I able to accumulate $100,000 in a span of about 10 years, shall we say? And I can tell you guys, it is not just about saving or frugality. This has got so much more to do with investing and truly understanding the investments and businesses that I was able to get into. Don't get me wrong, I have had and I have lost a lot of money with investments that I got into. I did lose money and I did gain money. In moments that I lost money, I gained knowledge and experience and learnings that I believe is worthy of a 4-year course or degree, and I was able to learn it in a span of 1 year because of the failures. Anyhow, so I would say that the first one of my how is mindful spending. Dubai being a big city and everything being there, all the entertainment, all the restaurants you could possibly imagine, everything is there. Just one phone call and the services, the products, the food, and everything else will be on your doorstep. The truth about mindful spending is truly asking yourself the incessant question whenever you go to a mall or you see something new on Amazon. You always have to ask yourself, do I really need another pair of jeans? Do I really need another pair of shirt, another pair of sunglasses, another pair of watch, another pair of bags, etc., etc.? Minimalism had taught me that the lesser I have, the more valuable I see things. I do not own so many things really. The last watch that I had was a gift to me by my sisters back in, I think it was in 2011 or 2012. And from that day on, I never really bought any watch at all until this watch, which was a gift to me as well. And I did not buy watch because I did not see the need to buy another pair of watch. There is no way I will be able to wear 2 watches at the same time. And this is applicable when it comes to buying clothes or buying shoes or buying bags. It's the mindful spending. And I tell you guys, the moment you practice minimalism, the more value you will put or you will provide to everything you own. The less clutter you see in your wardrobe or in your house or in your car, the clearer you think, the clearer you see things, and the more the happier you become. At least this is the effect of minimalism to me when I practice this lifestyle. So mindful spending is one thing. Just because you own so many things or so many commodities, so many goods, does not mean it will make you happier. At least to me, to my understanding and to the experience I have had so far, this is not the case. My second how is debt. And I have said this in my previous videos, and I am certainly a believer that debt kills. Debt causes anxiety, debt causes stress and depression. People do attempt or even, take their own lives because of debt. And therefore, as much as possible, I do not want to get myself into debt. The first time that I took on a huge debt was about was 2008, 2009, if I remember correctly. It was for my car, and it was about $15,000 debt. And the moment that I took on that debt, it was payable month after month. It was for 5 years. After my first year of paying that debt, just to myself, I realized, what was I thinking? Taking on this debt, taking on this car, for what? What is the purpose? Yes, the car is a necessity, but the question to my mind during the time was it really necessary for me to buy such a car? Was it really necessary for me to take on that debt? And it was a learning, and I never ever took on any kind of huge debt until this very moment. The only debt that I have is the debt on my credit card, which I pay on a monthly basis. Every end of the month, I pay it in full. I do not want to pay interest. The funny thing about interest is that whenever you take on debt, you pay the loan, and then all of your payments during the first few years will be allocated on the interest first, and whenever the interests are paid, and then the rest of your payments will be allocated to the actual loan. And this debt can truly have a drag on our financial health, even in our social and physical and mental health. And therefore, to me, I decided during the time that I will never ever take on any kind of debt. And even when I invested on different businesses, I will not even think about taking a debt to invest in such business. That was never something I was ever willing to consider. So that's the second thing. That's my second how, which is debt. Now, do not get me wrong, there are good debts and bad debts. The good debts are the debts that provide you cash flow, and the bad debts are the debts that does not provide you any cash flow, such as when you buy the bags, when you buy the shoes, when you buy the shirt. These are all bad debts that do not provide any cash flow to us. Now, good debts are debts that you take on, and these debts provide you cash flow, such as, for example, if you take on a mortgage for a house because you will rent the house to a person, and therefore the rent is essentially your cash flow, and that is a good debt. And my third how is certainly investing. Investing is a gift to all of us. We all have the right to invest. Never ever let your money sit in the bank. Now, with me, my rule is that I never invest more than 10% of the liquid cash that I have in any one business. Warren Buffett said one time, never test the depth of the water with your 2 feet, because then it is absolutely risky. So what I do is that maximum 10% is what I invest on any given security, given if I am absolutely convinced that the company that I am investing on is strong financially, is managed by the proper people, and have got plans for the future, have got great revenue. I see it as having great prospects in the future. And then that's the only time I would ever consider buying shares or even invest into a business. I have made many mistakes on investments. I was an angel investor on various businesses in Dubai, and one of the things that I truly learned is that never rush things. Never ever rush things. Do not be too excited to let go of your money, because the moment you let go of your money, the moment you transfer your money is no longer yours. The faith of your funds is dependent on the fate of the investment, and it's very easy to transfer money. Do not ever rush into things when you make an investment. You have to truly understand the people who run the business. If these people are people that has got the experience to run such a business, if these people have got the integrity and the credibility when it comes to running a business, do not invest in the business. And I did this myself. I had these mistakes that I invested in a business just because somebody I know told me that this business is great. And it's a learning I would like to share with you. I lost money in that business. It's a restaurant in Dubai. I invested in various restaurants in Dubai, and yeah, it was a loss. I never was able to recuperate that money, and then, well, it's okay, and therefore I am sharing with you, do not ever rush things just because a friend of yours or a relative of yours told you that this business is great. Does not mean that it is indeed great. It is great if you are convinced and you have studied the company and you know for a fact that it is great, and then you invest. You have to study the company. Do not ever invest in anything just because somebody told you to do so. According to US business studies, 20% of small businesses fail on their first year. 30% of small businesses fail in their second year. 50% of small businesses fail after 5 years. And finally, 70% of small businesses fail in their 10th year in business. So therefore, this article means then that it is absolutely risky to invest in new businesses. To be an angel investor is an absolutely risky endeavor, and I can attest that to myself. Even if the company had been operating for 10 years, the probability of the company to fail is still immense. So if ever you are in this scenario that you wanted to invest in a certain company, I absolutely urge you to proceed with absolute caution, most especially if the company is less than 10 years old. And this is the same suggestion or the same recommendation that I would give when you invest in any publicly traded company. Do not ever invest in a company just because you read one article that says that this company is a great buy, that this company is cheap, the stocks of this company is gonna go 20% higher in the next, I don't know, 1 month. Do not ever do that. You only invest in a company if you are convinced, if you have studied the company, and if you do have the faith in the products and services of a company. And my last how is absolutely to have more than one stream of income. So then this would be passive income. It could be a dividend stock that provides you dividend every single month, or it could be a freelancing activity that you do for certain clients. It could be a side hustle. It could be an online product that you sell through Amazon or Shopify or something else. Have a second or third stream of income. Warren Buffett once said that if you do not find a way to earn money while you are sleeping, then you will work until the day you die. Because if the only source of income that you have 100% is through your active income, which is your salary from your job, and then you have got 100% risk of losing this income, because anything can happen. You can lose this job, or the company could go into a financial problem or issues, or the economy could come into certain financial issues. We never really can tell. But if you have got more than 2 or even 3 sources of income and potentially passive income, then that is a great scenario. And whatever you earn from this 2 other forms of income or streams of income, you invest. Never ever leave your money in the bank. The bank is the worst place that you could ever leave your money into. It does not give you anything. But having said that, you do not also invest your money in a certain business just because you do not want your money sitting in the bank. I have made that mistake. Do not make that mistake. It is better for you to leave your money in the bank if you are not convinced of a certain profitability of a certain company that you're thinking of investing on. If you're not convinced, then just leave your money in the bank. It is absolutely safer there. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you gained value in this video. If you want more information and savvy tips about investing and saving, check out my website, which I will link in the description box. I certainly hope to see you on my next video. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and I hope you have a great day.